Hey everyone, it's Allison and I am back for another video. I hate when like the straw has a hole in it and you just get like bubbles of air. Anyway, today's video is gonna be about the pros and cons of dorming, because I like want to move out next semester but I'm not really sure if I should, and here are the reasons why. Okay, so first of all, when you dorm, you do have like really good security. I feel like especially in the city, like my friends in the suburbs don't have security at all. Like when I visit them, I don't see a single security guard, but in the city they're really on that because the city is full of psychos. And if you ever have a problem, you can just like call up maintenance, which I know that apartments also have supers, but like I feel like maintenance is just more on it. They come to you right away. The AC and heating is definitely always going to be there, because I feel like a lot of apartments, especially in like New York City, they're like old and shitty and they never work. Like my friend literally has to like stick a wooden tube into her AC to make it work, and it's just like, I'm not about that. And you also have unlimited hydro and electricity. Like I literally take a shower every single day, and I know that's really bad, but just like body showers after a long day just really helps to soothe your soul. You also get to live with friends, which is like a good thing and a bad thing, because you know, you get to see them every day, like, hey, come over, and you're literally like 2 floors away. But then there are other times when like you hate someone and you literally see them everywhere you go. So you have like frenemies, because you have to be polite and you have to be like not a bitch because you're living with them. Like you're living like within the same area. So you have to be mindful of that. And you also like don't need to commute. Your school is literally right across the street, so by the way, I'm sorry that the lighting is so messed up. I had a late start today, so I know that like half of my face is like blurred out right now, but what can you do? Now let's go into the cons of dorming. But I don't know about you guys, but my school has like really strict visitation laws. Like you have to like do this whole survey, and like do these like quizzes and tests to get overnight visitation privileges. And if you don't do that, then like there's like this whole rumble. I remember last year when my friend from Canada came to visit, and her overnight visitation registry didn't go through on the computer, and she almost ended up like sleeping on the streets. But luckily I had an emergency night pass that I could use. But the security guards are just like so unforgiving about that, but like it's their job, like I don't blame them. Second, you have to be considerate of others. I know that if you live in an apartment with a roommate, you also have to be considerate of them too, but a lot of the times, I mean, like a couple people I know just like live on their own. Like they just have their own place, like their own apartment, and they don't have to worry about living with others. So let's just like assume that if you get an apartment, you're like living by yourself. But if you are in the dorms, you will definitely have a roommate, unless you get like a single room, but those are expensive as fuck. I never really had a problem with my roommates. They were all like really cool, except like one in first semester. In freshman year, Juliana. Oh. Second, no parties. You cannot be loud. There are quiet hours. You cannot be loud after like the time of like 10. And then if you're like too loud and rambunctious, like you will get written up, which isn't a big deal in a lot of colleges. Like people get written up all the time, but at my school, you have to like take like a course and a safety test, and you have to go talk to like the res life people. There's a whole process behind it, and it's just like not worth getting yourself into trouble. Another con of dorming is the meal plan. The lovely meal plan. Other schools have like great food. Like I visited some of my friends at their college and their food was amazing. Like they actually served their food on hot glass plates. But at my school, they give out like these tiny little portions on these like little styrofoam containers, and it's so expensive and they're so stingy. They will not give you anything more, and if they do, they will charge you for it. But that's only my school. A lot of other colleges aren't that bad with their meal plan and like how they serve you, but my school's like really fucked up in that way. But even if you do have like a better system for your meal plan, like who wants to eat that kind of food every single day? It's just better to like make it yourself, you know, and you know what's going into your food. And it's hella expensive. In my freshman year, I had a meal plan and it was so fucking expensive. I cannot even tell you. And like for the amount that they gave you and how stingy they were. So the semester after that, I canceled my meal plan and I just like started cooking on my own because the dorms did have kitchens. In my dorm anyway. Some dorms don't have kitchens. It's just like 2 beds. And I like calculated it. Like every single time I went grocery shopping, every single time I ate out with friends, I kept the receipts and I jotted it all down, and it came to be half the price. Like I think the meal plan was like 1,000, and then my spendings the semester after when I was like cooking for myself, it was like 600 or 500. I'm literally just getting pockets of air. Another thing about living on dorm, I think I mentioned this just now, like literally a few seconds ago, but like frenemies. Like you have to be super cautious of who you piss off, because you never know, they might live on your floor, they might be like right around the corner from you. At least when you commute and you have your own place, you can like section yourself off, but that's also kind of a thing to like worry about. Like I know some people feel really isolated because they literally come to school, do their work, and then go home, and that's it. Like they never really see anyone. So it can be isolating in that way, and you can feel lonely. I know that a lot of people go through that, but it's like a give and take. And you also have to consider like the commuting, because I have friends who live like by train like 30 minutes away. So that means you literally have to wake up like 2 hours before your class starts. And you also have to consider like the subway fees. Like every single day you're paying like at least $6 there and back. And you have to like calculate that into your rent for your apartment. So if you think about it that way, it might not be cheaper to like live outside. I know that you might think like, oh, my apartment rent is like $1,000 a month, but then you have to also calculate like your transit, and that could add on like another $400 for 4 months of school. You know what I'm saying? That was my list of pros and cons of dorming and apartments. If you guys know of like any cool, cheap apartment tips and tricks, just like let me know in the comments. I will see you all next time. Bye!